What's up, guys? Welcome back to our podcast, which we have, I don't know if we actually announced this. We've titled it the Homecast.
We did. Yeah. We didn't announce it.
We just kind of made
we came
brief
up with
mention. It's the Homecast because we're at home when we do it, and this is number what? 8?
Number 8. 7 weeks in. 7 weeks in.
7 weeks. We really need to fix that number.
I know.
I feel like we go to change them just because the BVS one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
The BVS podcast.
That wasn't numbered, so we counted though.
It's too late now. There's no going back.
See, what we'll do is we'll just skip a week for you guys.
Yeah.
We'll take a week off.
Yeah, we'll just take a week off. No problem. You won't get any content.
We did take a week off.
We kind of did.
Yeah, but we still managed to get through that somehow by, getting video up in time.
Because we put it up the same day that we
Yeah, we did.
Dude, deadlines are not my thing. Anyway, I got something that I want to fucking start with, because I'm absolutely livid about this. So last week, there was this girl driving, right?
How do you know it was a woman?
Huh?
How do you know it was a woman, you sexist?
Because I heard the news piece. It was confirmed that it was a girl.
Okay.
Makes sense, right? No, I'm kidding. And as she's driving, she's playing. She wants to get a Snapchat with the filter of the speed.
Oh yeah.
And she wants to get 100 miles per hour, so she does it, which A is fucking illegal. And she rear ends another car. Dude, she rear ends him going like 107. And there was somebody else in her car, and the dude, both of them were fine. But the dude in the other car, Uber driver, has permanent brain damage, will never be able to live on his fucking own again. And you know who they're going after instead of the fucking girl?
Snapchat.
They're going after Snapchat. And I'm fucking mad about that.
That's not Snapchat's fault at all.
At all. They even put warnings in their thing. Do not snap and drive. It should be common fucking sense to not be a danger on the fucking road. Not that I'm one to talk. Not that I text and drive. I just drive like a fucking psychopath.
And you have gotten pulled over.
They do have a
disclaimer?
Yeah.
Then they can't sue.
Yeah.
Bottom line, it's not possible.
Who's suing? Is the family of the...
They can try all they want, but it's not possible.
State?
They're blaming Snapchat because they have that option in there, because you have access to a thing that could possibly harm someone else.
No, it all comes down to the...
It comes down to personal fucking responsibility. That's what a driver's license is.
It's not a privilege, it's a right. Or no, it's not a right, it's a privilege.
Yeah.
It's a right, asshole.
It's my right to snap and drive. I don't
Fuck
care
you.
what. But no, I'm fucking mad about that, because this guy, he's never going to be able to live alone again. He was just trying to drive Uber.
I wonder if Uber's gonna, even though like I know there's a lot of complaints about Uber just because they don't pay, like they don't consider their workers an actual worker.
Well, they're kind of volunteer.
It's tips. They live off. They work on tips. Which that's understandable because they can make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, especially in bigger cities or a town like this where people want it but no one wants to drive.
You have the car to do it.
I've honestly been considering it.
I might even go get a car to do it.
Wait.
You can, as long as you'd have to register as Rochester, just because it's Minneapolis and Rochester for Uber. But as long as you have the car, you register and you have insurance with Uber and you have an account with the app, you can drive for Uber. At least that's because my cousin.
I wouldn't do it.
One of my cousins drives for Uber, and I've asked him some questions. I'm curious about it, and it'd be a nice way to work.
Yeah.
Especially if you like driving, like you. You fucking drive all the time.
I just
like a fucking psychopath.
Hey,
his words.
I drive responsibly when there are other lives on the line.
That is true.
Alright, then why'd you drive like a psychopath just a little bit ago while me and him were with
You didn't really drive like a psychopath.
I know you didn't.
When he first got his car, I was in the car and he drove like a psychopath.
Hey.
That was just because he got the car.
It was a new shiny thing that I had to play with to the full.
Well, we were going to do scouting locations and we were looking at going to Todd Park, but like he was just so intimate about speeding down the highway, he fucking missed the off ramp twice. We had to loop back and forth.
You saying shiny thing? You gotta play with it. Remind me not to talk about the old story about the guy who died trying to gold plate his nuts.
Oh!
Because she'll play with those too much. She'll probably die just from playing with them.
Please tell me that at some point in that story he had liquid gold and he dipped his testicles into it.
I don't know if it. I don't think it was that. I think it was
So he did
doing electroplating,
himself?
like electroplating or something.
I
think that's what they tried.
Just heating it up in specific parts to be really hot to mold it up into, or?
I don't know. I think I have no idea exactly how or what.
All he had to do was get like a plaster mold and mold it to his nuts, and then
I mean,
he could have used the liquid gold.
all he really had to do was not be a Guido douche who wanted gold on his testicles.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Unless you
lie,
wanted
that's one hell of a
physical.
nut cup.
That's fucking. That would just be. It'd be so heavy.
Hold on, I gotta
By the time you're
readjust.
80, they'd be sagged down to your shins.
God. I just. I mean, at the point
Hey.
that you're gold plating your nuts, not
On
many
the
people
plus
can
side,
be seeing
on
them.
the plus side, if you ever want to teabag someone, all you gotta do is plop them out and like lift them up and drop them a few times.
Fucking
Knock somebody's teeth out.
with your testicles.
It'd be even worse because it wouldn't really be teabagging. It'd be just, hitting him with a gold ball.
Imagine how disgusting his nuts would get just inside of that with all the sweat.
I mean, I see how mine get after 40. I'm kidding. Kidding.
God.
Oh god, no, that would be disgusting. I imagine mold would grow.
Probably. It's a nice damp environment.
I got some nice moldy nuts.
I want to go back
You
to
want some crumbly blue cheese nuts?
I want to go back to the Uber thing for a second. Just because I want to take a second and just appreciate how awesome these services are. Where you can literally just, like Instacart, where you can just fucking have them fuck off.
We need that.
Well, I want Instacart. I want to not have to leave the house unless I want.
Did you watch the latest animated adventure with Gus?
I remember listening to that.
He fucking, it was to the point, like, he didn't want to deal with anybody that day, so he's like, I'm gonna get an Instacart, and he's like in the notes, I'm like, yeah, can you just leave my groceries at the doorstep and fuck off? And
Yeah, that's literally why I want
text me
Instacart.
when you're leaving.
I just want people to bring me stuff. I will pay for it. Don't get me wrong.
I'll pay extra.
I don't want the human interaction of having to go to the fucking store and stand in the checkout. I suppose Instacart doesn't work at like 3 a.m. though, does it?
No, yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, they have people that are usually what it is I think it's kind of like Uber where they're just kind of on call, and it's like the app is open.
Yeah.
They're work looking, so you're gonna have people that are like us where we're up late, and be like, oh, I got a request. They go to Walmart, Hy-Vee, whatever, pick up whatever you want. If they don't have it, they'll message you. They'll take off of your like switch list or like whatever is closest to that if they didn't have that item, and then they bring it to you.
I wish those services would just come to town, like Instacart, Uber, Lyft, and Airbnb.
Yeah.
What the hell would come to this town?
Nothing good, but
We need to become
I
Austin,
won't be
Texas, and
surprised
Austin,
if they
Minnesota.
cancel building Taco Bell in our town because
is that what they're building down there?
I don't know for sure, but they talked about it before, so I just assume because it's got like the wood. You can look at it; it looks like a Taco Bell.
I mean,
Well, there used to be a Taco
And
Bell
they
town
talked-
before.
Yeah, there did.
It was across the street.
It was
from Taco
yeah.
John's.
That's why it closed.
And Taco John's put them out of business.
But Hardee's has been in this
I-
town 3 times too.
Yeah.
I thought it was only 2.
It was 2 times before they came back, and then this coming
I
back.
swear that. So they were.
They just like making dramatic exits.
Well, the one time they got robbed and decided they weren't going to come back after that. and decided
Yeah,
to close
and then
down.
that
I'm
that
not gonna
location
say that I do know who robbed them, but I know somebody who probably did,
that
and I
location
might call
that
them
last
bad.
Hardee's was
Oh,
at.
do you know? I don't want to mention names, but I kind of do. You know about someone who was charged with third-degree murder.
Oh, that dude who got picked up with Maddie?
What?
He got picked up with that chick a couple weeks ago. The one who was living with his grandma, and she was like hiding in the room. The grandma didn't even know she was there, and she was just shooting up heroin the whole time.
To hell if I know.
Okay,
All I know is
I'll
starts with J.
I know who you're talking about. I'll
Okay.
run down the story for you. So,
Because yeah, I know about it and all that. No, the reason I wanted to bring that up is because I was thinking about it. I saw that and I'm like, it was probably not too long ago. I talked with him and had a decent conversation. I mean, he looked, and then before that though, he looked like he was just gone when he would. Because when I was still working in Walmart, he came into the store. He looked like he was just gone. He was on something then, and
but,
wow.
Anyway, so the story is, it wasn't even a couple weeks ago now. It was like 2 months. But I only know about this, or I only paid attention to this because one of them was a girl I went to school with when I was younger, and her dad is like a state representative or a state senator or something. And she was really smart, really pretty, had a really bright future ahead of her, and she decides to do heroin because that's what smart people do. And so she was living with this dude who was her dealer, obviously doing things to get drugs from him because that's what you do for drugs in today's day and age. And She was living. They were both living at the dude's grandma's daycare, which was also the grandma's house. And the grandma didn't even know the chick was there, right? And I say a lot. Anyway,
Somebody just
So-
walked out of the podcast, right?
yeah, they did.
God.
So she's living there, and the grandma doesn't even know she's fucking there for like a month. She's been sneaking out during the day and sitting on the roof to do heroin.
That is
And
fucking
at
amazing.
night,
Spot.
she comes in and just does heroin in the house. I mean, not anymore. She's getting help. She's getting better. I really hope she does get better, but the dude, he got picked up, and he had sold some stuff to somebody that they OD'd on, so he's getting charged with third-degree murder now. When she got picked up, she narked everything, but now the grandma's even looking at losing the daycare license, even though she didn't know what was going on, which, I mean, is totally, she should have. Like, if you're running a daycare like that, you should be paying extra attention to everything in your house and
Yeah.
checking things every here and there.
Which you have.
Make sure your house is
Yeah.
I mean,
drug house.
that's under the contract.
I mean, I have no clue how you wouldn't notice that this girl was there, but apparently that's the story. And, yeah, they did drugs at a daycare. Fucking legend. Right across the street from an elementary school, too.
Damn.
Or not elementary, I think
It
it was...
all
I
adds
think it was
up
middle
when you
school.
think about it. It's like, this is all the worst idea I've ever heard of.
Well, I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about that, because it's something that's...
It's an ongoing investigation.
Yeah,
Let's avoid that.
in the future I'll talk about that.
Once the investigation's over without naming
Yeah,
names.
it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a long time before that investigation's over. But yeah, on a date in the future, I will talk about the rest of the story that I know from the drug problems in this town.
So I have a couple stories involving Isaiah.
All right, you tell your stories, Tim.
So I was out smoking, and one of our neighbors was outside, and he's a cool guy.
Don't do drugs.
Yes, don't do drugs. But our neighbor's a cool guy, so
Crack kills.
he comes up and he's like, "How's it going?" We start talking, and then apparently there was a day that Isaiah and his friend Jared, came over,
There you go.
and
It's just
I got thrown off by that now.
okay. When he's done with this story, I'll talk about one little thing.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
But it was like, what was it, 6 in the morning?
and it had to be about 7:30 because that's what we got off at 7. So Jared had to run home and grab the stuff,
The stuff.
the goods,
So-
the good.
Continuing the story, the guy's
Not
just
drugs.
talking to me, and he's just like, yeah, fucking one morning I fucking woke up and heard loud banging. Look out my fucking window. These two dudes in your backyard fucking breaking boxes with swords.
It had been a long night at work, and we just both weren't having it, and I was having relationship issues at the time, and we just needed to relieve some stress.
God, tell me about it.
It was just funny. There's another story I can wait to tell. But was also funny.
Oh yeah, the one where my mom accused me of stealing from little kids. I'm still fucking mad, because she was so convinced that I had stolen it.
Should I just tell that now?
Yes!
So while I'm out there, this is how he starts his conversation. He's like, he was asking me because I don't know if you've really talked to him.
Not really, except for the one day when he asked us about if they had picked up our trash.
Yeah, he's only talked to me since Mackenzie and Isaiah work overnight, so they're not usually up during the day.
Kenzie is our other roommate.
But he was talking to me. He's like, so yeah, do you have a mom that's a school teacher or something? I'm like, no, that'd be my roommate. I'm like, why? And he's like, so my kid left his BB gun outside in your backyard one day, and as a father, I took it to teach him a lesson. Keep track of your shit, pretty much. And then his kid apparently went to your mom at school and is like, hey, can you talk to your son? He's my neighbor. See if he took my BB gun.
Yeah.
And it just fucking went from there.
My mom spent like a solid 2 weeks accusing me of stealing this child's BB gun. And then one day she just calls me and turns out it wasn't you, they found it. And I was like, I fucking told you! I wouldn't steal from a child! Often!
I mean, about about a BB gun, I gotta say, as a personal opinion, I think it's a great idea to give your child a BB gun.
Because then they can go to the park and pretend like it's a real gun and get gunned down like that one fucking
Speaking
kid.
of
No,
which,
so you can teach them that
That
how
was
to use
for
it,
parents,
how
right?
to use a gun, how to respect it and that.
Dude, yeah.
It's always good to teach your kids that.
But you have to be responsible with it. You can't just be like, here you go, because they all
Yeah.
look fucking real now.
Keep track with
and don't leave it in your neighbor's
BB
fucking
gun-
yard.
BB guns always look real.
Don't
It's
break it.
airsoft guns that a
Yeah.
lot of people worry about, and which.
Well, airsoft guns are
With
just
airsoft guns, I wouldn't recommend getting your child an airsoft gun because they
You
look
you can cut-
militarized and stuff like
you-
that. I wouldn't recommend your child, but once they're older and they're maybe like in their 15 or more, and they're a lot more responsible, then airsoft guns are a lot of fun. Because I used to do airsoft wars
Yeah.
and stuff just to have fun because that's what you do.
Welcome to the parenting podcast.
You saw the ones that we sold at Walmart, right?
Well, those
Yeah.
look realistic as fuck.
You saw like the 44 that was chromed out and looked like it was a legit fucking gun.
Doesn't have the orange cap on it
That was
either.
that's because that was a pellet gun. It wasn't an airsoft.
Like I don't know.
It's
I've
nothing-
bought them. You can buy full metal
If it shoots air, yeah, you can buy a full metal.
But they still have the orange tips on them.
If it's
tiny tips.
airsoft and it shoots the plastic BBs, no matter what, legally it has to have the orange tip. If you
Yeah.
remove it yourself, it's illegal, and you can get in trouble for it just for the sake of people won't know.
I've removed mine. The only time I remove mine or like do anything like that is for film props.
I think it's bullshit that they sell them like that because there was that story. It was like a year or two ago now. That kid who he had one.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
his parents obviously were. It was one of the things that sparked the whole Black Lives Matter movement, which I can see both sides of this because the kid had a BB gun, but he was at the park playing with it, pretending to threaten people. Obviously, just like, oh, I'm so gangsta, screwing around, which was dumb of the kid, and it was dumb of the parents to even let him leave the house with this because it was a realistic looking gun. And when the police showed up, the kid was still brandishing it. He didn't understand what was going on, and they shot him to death. The kid's dead. He was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And it was on the kid because he should have been old enough to kind of understand. But I don't want to put it all onto the kid. It was also the parents, and it's just such bullshit that like you get your kid something that looks this real, something that looks like you're like, okay, yeah, you can leave the house with it and do whatever you want.
Like,
you could hold up a gas station with that.
yeah, that's what a lot of robberies are used with. Is
Yeah.
they're not actual guns because guns are actually a lot harder to get than people think, depending on where you are. But a lot of armed robberies are fucking BB guns or airsoft guns.
Yeah.
Or even fucking paintball guns.
Paintball guns are really funny. Some of them because you can tell it's a paintball gun.
Well,
You
like
can very easily tell.
I've had a paintball gun that if all you'd have to do, I don't know if you used to paintball or anything.
I have a paintball, but I used to
Ah,
airsoft.
I like that you
trust
assume
me.
that I don't do anything.
These airsoft guns, they
Yeah,
were
obviously airsoft guns
weren't
were realistic,
normal little airsoft guns. These
Yeah.
things were like 1500 FPS airsoft.
Yeah,
guns.
I've had when I
we
was
had literal like some powerful airsoft. Like
when I
we
was
had
in high school.
M4s and shit. That
My
were
paintball
amazing.
gun setup was pretty much modeled after the AR-15. So only thing that made it look like it was a paintball gun was the fact that it had the coil for the CO2 tank or air tank. But you could just take that off fucking easily, and
Yeah,
it
you
fucking
could
looks
take
like
that
a
off.
fucking
Yep.
gun.
When I was
And then-
in high school, I had an Xbox 360 and no friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't have a gun.
No, that's why. Never mind. That's why I
The
had
whole
a gun.
point is, like you said, is like
Wow.
they are meant as a teaching tool and a recreational thing because there are games like special areas where you can go play.
I'd love to get into airsoft or paintball.
Oh my
I
god,
was
it's
in
so
a-
much fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's a little cheaper now than it was before because
Yeah.
before it would cost you $300 for a
Like
decent.
I've heard stories
airsoft weapon.
on other podcasts that I listen to about people who used to go paintballing, and it sounds fucking awesome.
Oh, it is so much fun. I used to go frequently when I was in high school. When I had my setup, I would go. One of my good friends would go maybe once or twice a month. We'd go to Wisconsin because they had a really nice field out there, and it's like if you brought your own gun and cylinder, it was like discounted, so you didn't have to rent. You didn't have all you had to do was buy paintballs and pay for your day pass.
You can bring your own paintballs too, couldn't you?
Nope, not this one.
Oh, okay.
Just because you don't know if they did that for safety reasons.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
so
that
you
makes
don't know
sense.
if they're,
They're frozen.
loaded with anything too. If you got custom people.
Mhm.
I like.
I have a
anthrax
quick
and
little
all that
story about airsoft though. With we would do it all the time. We'd come to my house sometimes where we got 2 acres. It used to be 3 before because we used our aunt and uncle's land that they were trying to sell at the time, which they finally sold to some guys that are gonna be building the house next to us who are rich as hell. And
Won't steal the house.
like the dad is like conservative, normal. He's not like super conservative. He's Republican.
Are we talking like
he's
conservative as in Cruz or conservative as in Trump?
He's
Talking more than
and his
Cruz.
wife is like extreme liberal though.
So are you talking like, obviously we're talking liberal.
I'm talking like
Hillary
Clinton liberal.
That's not liberal.
No, I'm talking Hillary Clinton liberalism wants all the little guns gone, everything gone, baby proof the fucking world.
Oh, that kind of shit.
Oh.
No, but
No, the shit should just be.
I don't know
anyway,
specifically if that's really true. That's just what my dad told me.
Let's just go burn the house.
But what
That is
back to the airsoft story. There was my brother. He had this bag of nerds with a bunch of boxes, and he ended up using those. He'd fill those with airsoft BBs and firecrackers, so it would be like little grenades.
Mhm.
He threw one of those, and we were throwing them one time while we were doing this, and he threw it. It landed in my shoe. I got that. I don't know how I did it. I managed to reach down, get it out before the 5 seconds of the fuse going off, and throw it back at him, and it popped all over him, and he was pissed. He was so pissed. It was so fucking funny. Oh my god. I was terrified too. Like, that landed in my boot. I'm like, oh my god.
Man, that would fucking hurt if they went off.
I mean, it's just a little firecracker.
Still, it still would've burned.
It would have burned. It would have hurt, and
It's not gonna kill you.
BB's bouncing around.
Yeah, it's not gonna kill you. You'd have a nice
It wouldn't
bruise.
kill me. It'd give me a nice bruise. Well, maybe cause a little bit. I mean, for God's sakes, I've been shot through my sweater with some of the airsoft guns we have, and I would bleed.
Yeah, paintball usually, if you get shot in the skin,
It
anywhere
fucking
near-
bruises.
I mean,
it bruises and it can bleed depending on how
I don't know
close.
who it was. One of our guys got shot by one of the airsoft guns, and the thing got stuck in him.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
get lodged.
because we should start a service
It's-
for people who are injured.
We
like
had
that.
a airsoft sniper, and it shot 2,000 FPS.
Ooh.
No, but we should start a service for people who are injured like that.
Which is why we have when we do airsoft, there's a safety rule where if you're within so much distance,
It's
you
like
say
20 feet.
you shout out safety kill. We would say we had different distances for different FPS weapons.
I know paintball because they wouldn't let you go any higher than 290 feet per second. At least back when I would do it, just because paintballs are a little bit bigger.
They're a lot of bit bigger.
Yeah.
There's obviously different sizes for airsoft too.
Yep. But
Different grains.
Can I?
Yeah, you
Can I fucking finish now?
no. But
Shut the fuck up! We should start a service where it's a shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, where it's like Uber. I will punch you in your throat, and then you won't be able to talk. But with ambulances. That's what I've been
It's called
trying to
911.
say. That's what we should do. No, but it's not for like real emergencies. It's just for little injuries like that.
so you don't have to spend $1,000, $2,000 on an ambulance.
Yeah, yeah. We'll make medical care affordable because I'm a doctor.
Instead, we'll say $999.99.
No, we do it at 50% of the rate. We get all the customers.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right.
We don't give them any medical attention. We just drive them to the hospital.
Uber emergency.
I could have just called an ambulance for this. Shut the fuck up.
We're
You
cheaper.
called me.
I got here quicker, didn't I?
Hey, I actually sped here. I'm bleeding in my back seat.
All right, back to what I was going to say a long time ago, because as you can tell, we get distracted a lot. So we've come to the conclusion of just changing our name to Distracted Geek Studios.
And I want to give a big shout out to my coworker Cliff, who
Clifford,
came up with this. And I don't know if he's comfortable with using his last name, so I'm just going to avoid doing that. But we want to thank him for that. And
What was we were gonna give him? We're gonna give him a T-shirt.
yeah, he's going to get a T-shirt for that.
Yeah, we're getting T-shirts soon. And we really like the Distracted Geek Studios because I personally wanted to keep the DGS. It's already sticking for me with
And it's not fucking taken.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What were we talking about?
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm serious.
No, but we're getting the T-shirts done too soon.
I'd probably say within the next month or
We're
two.
gonna make a logo.
Yeah.
We're working on getting a logo.
The logo you've been seeing so far is just an image torn off the internet. We're lazy assholes.
Well, you'll know when we have our logo.
Because we'll look fancy as shit.
It'll
I'm going to
probably
put it
have-
on everything.
It'll probably have a dildo on
I'm
it.
going to tattoo it to my ass. If there's not a penis hidden in there somewhere, we have
to be like
touch it
Disney.
now.
We have to be like Disney.
See what we'll do is we'll have a black bar in the corner sticking up.
Reference to our,
It'll be like a
A
curved
reference
black
to all the
bar.
dicks I've drawn on everything
Yeah.
we've done.
Even better, it'll be a black bar that hangs out like that.
So we also have 2 things we have to sign tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. The original scripts for the first work that we started together.
We-
And then the
the first
actual,
thing we started,
the
yeah.
complete script.
Wasteland Tale. We're gonna be signing that, and we'll probably be keeping it for a long time.
We might have another one we might be able to sign in if we do a competition.
Maybe in the
we'll-
future we'll, I don't know, if we ever think about it, give it away, do something.
Like
Yeah.
maybe
It's a hell if
as
I know
one of our-
right now.
We'll just give it to Obama.
Yeah.
He'll still be president.
Yeah.
No. What we do is if Bernie wins, we give it to Bernie,
Trump wins, we give it to him.
and then lace it with anthrax.
I don't know if we want to give it to him. We did kind of write it a little bit by.
He'll think it's hilarious. He understands parody. No,
That is right, we did.
it's parody. It's what his whole campaign has been so far. Anyway, we
Needless
should
to
get off.
say-
We should get off the topic of
Needless
politics.
to say, we're going to be rewriting that script when we get more.
We might keep some of the stuff that we came up
Yeah.
with. Like I think the storyline
So we're
gonna keep.
definitely keeping some of the characters.
I'm gonna hire somebody else to write the script, record it, make it, do everything, and then I'm just gonna slap my name on it.
Have to shit you.
You know what I do best.
That's called management.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be going through a revamp, so all of our stuff is gonna
Yeah.
be changing here. So
Yep. Slowly but surely we'll be getting more stuff and all that. We
We're
already
gonna
talked
do
about
vacation.
budgeting and all that.
Mm-hmm.
this month has just been hard. So.
Things are gonna slowly be falling in place.
Yep. Slowly but surely. Don't call me
Surely but
Shirley.
slowly.
Ooh.
That sounds worse that way. Because
mean,
then
surely
it
it's
sounds,
fine.
you say surely it'll happen but slowly, and then you say slowly after, and you're like, oh. If you say slowly, but surely it will.
Well, I don't like to get people's hopes up.
Well,
Well, fuck you.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, not.
Bend the fuck over.
I didn't mean.
Bend over in front of the camera.
I didn't. We don't film porn. This isn't what I signed up for.
You
It
didn't sign
can't
up for
be.
anything.
You're right.
What the
So
fuck
it's not
contract-
what I signed up
What
for.
the fuck contract are you talking about?
Don't you worry.
Am I expecting my pink slips here soon?
Huh? Just know that I'm making. No, I'm kidding.
Should we prove to them you've still got your green card?
I have a green card in my wallet.
I mean, it has nothing to do with moving from
No,
a different country. But
no.
It's just green.
So I have an article.
Do you now?
Yes, I do. I've got actually 3 of them, but this one's I like this one the most.
What's it about?
So apparently, let me find out where it was at first. It's in Ohio. Police did a drug raid.
Is this gonna make me angry?
No. It's fucking. I find it hilarious.
smash.
So, in the town called, was it Alliance, IO? Or Alliance, IO.
Alliance.
Or Alliance, IO.
Do you want me to help you
Yeah.
read?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Well, let's call it Ohio. Police were doing a drug raid. They got and confiscated the guy's phone. And
That's what they were looking for, was the phone the whole time. They
so
just
while
wanted a
they're
new one.
trying to finish up with like finding
Olivia
like notes,
Jones.
like they're going through his texts and stuff and everything. Fucking apparently the guy was still having clients call and like message him looking for drugs.
Dude.
While the cops were searching through the phone. It got to the point where they had to respond back to him like, he's out of drugs tonight. We'll be with you shortly.
So they all gave themselves in.
Pretty much.
I mean, that was a good day for the PD. God.
That's awesome. I
But
got.
it's like, usually news travels fast. Do you think you would know when your drug dealer gets picked up?
Well, I mean,
If
normally
this
you're
happened
not
while
friends with people.
this was going on, then
Yeah.
Like they were in the middle
This
of the
guy had to be
Also-
selling a
also
lot
the
of
drug-
shit then.
Yeah.
Also, their drug is they probably forgot the next day.
Yeah.
Huh.
They probably mentioned it. Hey man, I need some more meth. When did you give me that meth? Did I already pick up my meth?
Hey, oh shit, you got picked up last night. Sorry, I can't call you.
Yo, I know you're gonna be in jail tonight, but can you still sell me some meth?
Can you give me some of that heroin? Black tar heroin?
I love black tar.
I actually have another story too.
Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad.
I got something. I got.
This isn't even a show for kids. If you're watching this, you
Yeah.
should just know not to do drugs.
It's like Deadpool, but not as good.
Yeah.
But you
We're
know,
like Deadpool, but not funny.
That's true.
Or funnier.
Or garbage.
I'll show you garbage.
Wow. That was demoralizing.
I mean,
No.
you have to have drugs to be
That's true.
demoralized.
So I went out to a buddy's who lives in Iowa, which is probably 40 minutes away.
The guy that was supposed to be doing our logo.
Yeah. He's not doing that anymore.
I can't
apparently.
get the cap
But
up.
anyway, I ended up getting stranded in Iowa for a few days. I wasn't literally stranded. I was going to be there for a few days anyways. But went out there, made it there fine, and went to drive to Casey's. It's Midwest general store. It's basically Iowa, Minnesota only.
No, there's a lot in Illinois.
Is
and,
there?
The Dakotas.
I didn't know they moved up that much.
It's just this.
They bought a lot like 2 years ago when I worked for them.
It used to be mainly Iowa,
Yeah.
partially Minnesota, only southern Minnesota.
Yeah, I know
yeah,
they're based
And
out
some in
of-
My-
northern Minnesota.
My
too.
car just wouldn't start anymore. I was having such a hard time figuring it out because thought maybe fuel pump or something. Just by the way it sounded when it's
Whoa.
excuse me.
Turns out you just
When
needed
it
the
would
keys.
try and start because the starter worked, the battery had enough juice. Even tried it with jump just in case, and finally got it like it started the next day and it kept running. It just has this problem, but ended up figuring out while I was running it. We have a stethoscope for it. It's got a rod that we use
So you
to
shove a rod into
troubleshoot,
it.
and there's clicking in the back, which is the arcing, one of the spark plugs arcing. So it's either not seated or it's bad,
Mhm.
and either way, it's obviously no good now. So I'm just gonna replace spark plugs. That'll be fun. I was having a panic attack the whole way home when I was on my way back. Because I'm like, I don't know if my car's gonna stall on me or not. I'm gonna be stranded
Fucking
out
in the middle of nowhere, no
of
cell
nowhere.
reception.
Dude, in the middle of Iowa?
Fucking cornfield.
I mean, I wouldn't
Cornfields as far as the eye can
Fancy
see.
cornfields.
I wouldn't have gone to Iowa in the first place because I'm not a piece of garbage. Okay, so I have to tell that story. I don't know if it's true with every Minnesotan, but I know there's a lot of us who feel this way. I was born and raised to hate Iowa.
Yeah.
I've been taught that my whole life.
I was born and raised on hate like Wisconsin.
No one in Iowa can drive. Seriously, they cannot. The other day, I watched somebody.
This is true.
They merged lanes. I was driving down the road. I was in a one lane. The street next to me was 2 lane for turning, and they merged into the lane for the other side. Wait, he was going into oncoming traffic.
Jesus Christ.
That is how they drive.
I mean, it's
Because this is fucking Europe.
plus their speed limits are all 25. So when they come to Minnesota, they're
They
still
drive
driving,
slow as
They're
fuck.
driving 20,
Swervy
25
as
miles
shit.
an hour.
Miss every turn. Catch him at the last second. Can't blink.
like they're
They're-
fucking eating
They'll like
corn while they're
stop
driving
at every
around.
turn. Like, is this the turn? Nope. Is this the turn? Nope.
God.
Is this the?
They're just not used to not having cornfields on every side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They
But
get
no.
confused.
I was born to hate Iowa, and I fucking hate Iowa. Like, I'm sure there's great people in Iowa, and whatever else, but I hate you just because you're from Iowa.
And you can't drive.
Wow.
I mean it. Don't talk to me.
So we're just gonna like once we start getting bigger, we're just gonna have like no viewers in Iowa.
I'm okay with that.
Well, like look at sharks. Didn't it be the
It'll fucking be Iowa that's just blacked out.
I'm totally okay with that. I hate that state. Oh.
So I have another story. This one's actually quite interesting too. So, in Houston, a child wanted to have she went to school lunch. It was chicken tender day, so she wanted chicken tenders, and she brought $2 that her grandma gave her to go get lunch. And
somebody beat her up and took the money.
nope.
They should've.
The lunch lady's like, "Oh, this is fake. We can't take this. You need to go see the police detective."
Wait, it's what?
It failed the counterfeit pen. For a fucking $2 bill, I don't know why you need a counterfeit pen anyways.
I can understand because you're not as common.
I see $2 bills all the fucking
I
time.
used to have to check them when I worked at Casey's.
Really?
Yeah.
GameStop, we never checked them.
We checked 20 or anything 20s and up, and then
I think-
$2 bills.
Unless we heard of a report about false money, like fake money coming in, we would just check anything 50 or higher. Or 50 and hundreds. But, so, the kid went to the police detective and was like, confused as fuck. And the police detective's like, where'd you get this? You know, you could be facing a lot of criminal charges if this is fake. And so they get the grandmother to come in. They talk to the grandmother, and she's like, "Oh, well, I got it from this place." They go to the gas station, and then they send them to the bank. It's fucking real. It was just so old that it failed the fucking counterfeit test.
It was just that fucking dirty or something?
It's that old because
Oh, it's a different paper, yeah.
yeah, counterfeit pens only detect up to a certain date. So I'm just like,
They should have done what Nick Cage did in National Treasure, where they like squeezed some lemon juice on it and got rich. That's what I would have done.
but it's like you think that like a police unit should be able to figure out a fake bill or not without counterfeit, like.
I mean, you gotta follow all leads. If it's counterfeit money, that's pretty serious in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because our economy already has issues, and that fucks it up.
but it's still, it's like the child is like 10 years old.
Well, they only told him that to scare him into telling him to
Oh,
give it
yeah.
to him, truthfully.
But
Which makes total sense to me.
it's still, it's just like, Jesus Christ. We need to get all the money that's like super like old out of our circulation.
It's gonna be nigh on
One of the
impossible.
problems is the government just producing money out of thin air, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we get
they
that.
just print it out like it's nothing.
Well, you know, even though we don't, not to sound like the guy who should be in the tinfoil hat, but I mean, if we don't have the gold behind it, why are we producing it?
Exactly.
That's
There's
it.
supposedly a conspiracy theory around the gold reserves in Fort Knox.
Well, you see, what's really happening is if you read into the Panama Papers, which I recommend
The
everyone.
Panama Canal papers?
Yeah. You know, the papers for when we bought them from the British. No, I don't even know
Right.
if what I just said was true. It's not. And if it somehow is,
I'm
I'm
impressed.
fucking awesome. But I don't think we did that because Panama is not a territory.
No.
But there were papers, and this has nothing to do with what you just talked about, but it does have to do with money. And it's something I think people should read into. The Panama Papers, they, when you're rich, you want to keep as much money as you can without tax, right?
Yeah.
So what some people do, which is highly illegal, is they will invest, which is non-taxable money, because it's considered donation, in companies that aren't real, where it's really just their money being moved to somebody who holds the name of a fake company.
So they
Usually-
give it the LLCs and stuff.
usually in another country. And then they just hold on to that money, and then they just re-give it back to you at some point. And then you put it in your Swiss account, because as long as nothing illegal happened on Swiss soil, if I'm correct,
They can't do anything. They can't do anything
Yeah.
with the money. You learned that from Wolf of Wall Street,
you're damn right I did.
which is an amazing movie.
But the Panama Papers there was a lot, the place where a lot of this was happening was out of Panama. This group was running a lot of fake organizations and doing this and profiting off of it. And the papers have been released, and thousands of people are on this list.
Fucking corporation.
We're talking corporations, the Icelandic government.
Politicians.
Everybody's calling for them to resign because so many of them were on there, and it's the biggest protesting that they've seen in their country's history.
I think Dave.
It's fucking Iceland.
Even
I think the prime minister.
Iceland,
Yeah, it's fucking
Iceland.
Iceland. Nothing happens there. One thing happens, they all freak out.
but I mean, you can see where they're coming from though, like
Yeah.
because they're just having their money stolen from them. It's money that should be going back into their economy.
Yeah.
But people are being linked to this all over the world. Even Jackie Chan's linked to it, and not everybody in it has done something
Yeah.
illegal.
It's just they.
Because some of it is just ways to hold your money so that way it's in a safer account rather than
banks.
a bank. Because, I mean, in today's day and age, nobody trusts the bank. But we're not going to get into that.
Nobody's trusted banks since the 40s.
Since
Fuck, I trust my
depression.
mattress. I trust my mattress more than fucking
I mean, I consider myself depressed all the time, so
Yeah.
obviously that means we're still in the depression and you can't trust banks.
The Great Internet Depression of 2016. Check my memes.
the day the internet went out.
But no, if
Oh,
I were you,
God.
I would definitely look into the Panama Papers and read up on that. I'm sure that some of the information I gave to you was either wrong or I explained it poorly. But definitely read into it. It's interesting, and it keeps you educated. It's the kind of stuff
Well,
that you
here's
won't
something
see.
we should start and may as well talk about it now. You may as well put articles you find, put them in the description.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should have a dump link.
Anyway, we'll talk about that more after the podcast.
Every
If I
time, if
will-
we talk about something specific that you can look up, just put it in the description.
We'll talk about that after the podcast.
Yeah.
But
Because
We're doing.
we're telling them stuff. And speaking of stuff I want to tell them, have I mentioned how great it is being vegan?
Except you have cheat days.
Well, yeah, it's
cheat days, huh?
Well,
Cheat days, huh?
I'm dieting.
That's not right.
No, I'm trying a diet, and thus far it's been like a week now.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Roughly a week. I feel actually really good. I've had one cheat day. Those are my Tuesdays. And I was saying on Tuesdays that I'm gonna go out and fucking gorge
Yeah, he
myself
doesn't-
at like 8 different buffets. I mean, I'll probably have like a meal and then a little snack later or something.
Something
Is it.
that's not like just vegan.
Yeah. So that way I'm not just miserable through the whole thing, but
Next, you'll try the anorexia challenge.
Yeah.
no. After this one, I'm thinking of trying paleo.
What?
Let's talk about
You only eat things. Shut up, Tim. You only eat things that are found in nature. So like,
So
that could have fresh meat or like fresh vegetables, and that's about it.
so that
well,
means you're gonna start like catching.
I
your own
mean,
yes.
everything's
I'm
found
gonna
in
skip
nature.
words.
start fishing.
I'm gonna start throwing Kit Kats in
Everything-
the backyard.
Everything is found in nature. There, it's just refined into something else.
That means no
No
GMOs, no.
No,
extra-
no, that's
Yeah,
the
basically-
GMOs come from nature.
It's basically nothing processed.
No, everything came from this earth or a meteorite or something or other.
Anyway,
Therefore, it's all natural. I can eat.
that's just the next thing that I'm gonna try because I have fun with diets now.
Speaking of which, while you're doing your diet, I'm trying to diet. I don't know what it is, but like I've cut
You
up.
should really like look into like charts and shit, so that way you're not
Charts.
ODing on protein.
I should be fine.
Charts.
You can't OD on protein as a male, as a young male.
Well, I mean, you can't. You need to balance it all out. Though,
He's
is what I'm
just
saying.
yeah, but
Because
You
like
can't have too much protein as a young male adult.
I believe. Well,
you need to balance everything out though, because you need
No, you don't.
others.
Nope, only protein.
Blake, you need to stop.
I the only times I haven't really done like today has been the only day I really had a shit ton of protein because I finished up that carton of eggs.
Jesus Christ.
They're fucking delicious. But
No.
usually I
buy
try
a
to.
6-pound carton of protein powder every day and eat it all.
Jesus Christ.
No.
I
But
literally just eat protein.
usually, what I'm trying to do is,
Snort it.
I think I'm going to try to have, because you're supposed to have at least one of each. You're supposed to have a protein, you're supposed to have a carb, or like a saturate,
One protein, one carb.
carb.
All day.
and then
You want to go
one-
9-9 nigga?
and one veggie, one fruit, or whatever, for each meal.
So you're gonna have one egg, one carbonated beverage, one green bean,
I'm talking about like noodles or something,
and one apple.
maybe.
Whole meal right there.
But since I've started working at Walmart, because we walk at least 5-6 miles a day, and I wasn't used to that. I fucking go through so much food now, just because I'm so hungry all day, and it's ridiculous. Like I had scrambled eggs this morning. I had 6 eggs this morning for scrambled eggs.
You have a problem with eggs. I don't know what it is, but you have a problem.
I haven't had eggs since I moved back.
I don't like
since I
eggs
started
that
doing
much.
well again. But and then I made 6 hard-boiled eggs today and had those. So, but I don't know what it is like with everybody like dieting. I know it's a big fad now, but
I mean, I've just been talking about doing this.
I don't have to diet.
And besides, I'm Mr.
I have
Shit.
a problem
I mean,
somehow.
I drink my water from a box.
I'd like to be a little bit healthier. Maybe get back in shape like I was in high school.
Fuck getting in shape. I want to look like I sit around and play Xbox all day. Oh wait, goal achieved.
Wait, where's the
Achievement
achievement? Did you already get it?
Achievement
Achievement
get?
unlocked.
No, it's achievement get like Minecraft.
Yeah, it's achievement.
I have so
So
many
we're coming up on
achievables.
a couple minutes left. Does anybody have anything?
We have a
else?
couple minutes
Yeah.
left. Jesus.
We're at 45 minutes.
I mean,
almost.
I want to talk about like social media because I've realized a lot that most of the news that I get and everything I find, I rely heavily on social media.
Yeah, that's how I get my
Because
news.
everywhere I get, because I'll be looking at my news feed and I'll see like announcements from like things that are happening in the Marvel CU or the DC Cinematic Universe, and I'll get those so much earlier than like I'll be able to talk to a lot of people about them.
Mhm.
And there's only a few things I miss.
Well, usually you have because you're up later than I am. I'm usually sleeping by the time big news breaks. You have it first, and then it's like I have it right after you, just
But
through Facebook.
I've even noticed like if you follow the right people, like I find things that'll report even the day before.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool. But the thing that I wanted to get into is I've really gotten into Reddit lately.
Yeah?
And I definitely recommend going and reading things from our no sleep if you know how to use Reddit.
Wait,
if you
what
don't.
was
I don't know how to use Reddit.
Because apparently Reddit is complicated.
I've never even seen
You just
Reddit.
search.
I'm just saying I've never even opened a Reddit page,
Okay.
or I've never even like typed in the Reddit like URL.
I fucking love Reddit. I'm gonna start living there too now.
Actually, social media is nice
Oh,
because
what was it called?
it's sad that social media is
What
more
was the-
reliable.
The subreddit?
Yeah.
What?
No sleep.
It's sad how social media is more reliable than actual news.
Yeah.
And it's not as biased either.
Because the news, all I ever see on the news is
Beyonce's new album, and then under the little ticker on the bottom, it'll say
50
that.
dead bombing today.
Yep. Because, you know, I really care about Beyonce over that bombing.
But yeah, all it is politics. So who's the new pop star that died? Who's
Yeah.
the new pop star's new song that
See,
came out?
like that's understandable. Like,
And of course your every 30-minute weather or whatever.
Because that's accurate. Accurate. I don't know how to say accurate.
Ooh, California raises smoking age from 18 to 21.
Do they?
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Suck it.
Did New York do that, or were they talking about
They
it?
were talking about that. I wouldn't
Okay.
mind that because it's like smoking is a fucking disgusting habit,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't do it. Even
Yeah.
though I smoke, but I don't condone it upon any. Like I don't wish it upon anybody else.
Stop it. You're a bad person. You're a really bad person. Look at that.
I'm in the middle of.
You just ruined the quality. That's gonna make our camera think that's like a person. And whoa!
Like the day that it fucking thought there was a person above Isaiah's head.
That was probably Santa.
That was before Santa was there.
Oh yeah, that day. I thought you said today.
Oh no, it was like when we first started doing podcasts. It was like registering a person above your chair.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, our house is very fucking on his head.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah.
Since I hear things way more now than I used to.
You know, there's a name
That
for
might
that.
be just schizophrenia.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You might have a problem.
Are you a paranoid schizophrenic, Tim?
Yeah, a little bit. I hear voices.
We need to kill him.
Actually, right now those voices are us.
I need a lobotomy.
Oh,
Life be. I can't sing that.
Dude, somebody said, so obviously you know about do you know about the issues going on with the rumors with the DC Universe? About the shit going on?
no.
So, a lot of it's rumors, but the Flash movie lost its director.
Oh, they officially lost it?
Yeah, he walked out. He was the only one that walked out so far.
Okay, has Snyder.
Snyder has not left.
Anything changed with that situation?
Nothing's left. With someone, I read a I usually go through and read comments just because I like watching, seeing how people react to things. And one of them's like, because they were talking about how it was too dark, and somebody's like, yeah, Zack Snyder, she needs a lobotomy. I'm like, why?
I mean,
It's not that dark. I've seen darker films.
I've read darker comics.
Donnie Darko was fucking darker than Batman versus Superman.
Dude.
I'm more upset that there's a possibility of the Flash being delayed.
It won't be.
I am so excited for that movie because I love Ezra Miller.
I don't think the Flash.
I'm
will
just
be
excited because I love the Flash.
Yeah, I've been reading up on his abilities and shit.
Yeah, he's got
and
a fucking
he's
ability.
actually a lot cooler than the guy who runs away from things that I thought he was.
Did you?
Yeah.
There's another. There's an interesting fact. There's like.
And his
multiple different
personality is
Flashes.
hilarious.
So you got the speedsters.
You got Barry, Wally, and Nolan North.
But
Wait, there's 3 speedsters?
there's many.
There's so many of them.
'Cause
Really?
you got the different Earth ones too.
Different Earth, and then the ones who obtain the ability aren't born with it.
I mean, I haven't kept up with any of this for most of my life for the Flash. It's
But
a long
there's-
time, except for I just watched the first season of the Flash on, I think it's Netflix. It's on.
Yeah.
But I watched that, and so
That
all I
hasn't
know
been out
about right now is the Flash and Reverse Flash, or the
Professor Zoom is what it's called.
Eobard
Well,
Thawne.
Yeah, you're about
Well, isn't he like a guy masquerading as a guy pretending to be another guy? who
Yes.
is actually another guy.
Yeah, it's
Still
So
don't-
he's like the good guy, bad guy, good,
So
bad guy.
Based on not seeing a lot of things about the Flash for a long time until watching the show that's on Netflix and that stupidly put on Hulu some stupid way where it's only showing the last 5 episodes, so you can't watch the whole damn season.
Speaking of which, next week's is Kevin Smith's episodes.
But anyways, I'm still always constantly like thinking, how the hell, what is going on that like he's alive in the future to know Eobard Thawne?
Because it's what
Like I just
Eobard Thawne is from further in the future.
yeah I know
I think
but I
it's-
don't understand how he's from in that future and can be a nuisance to him.
Because when the comics were written, they just really needed a villain that could match the Flash.
Yeah, and that was
So
the
they
closest.
added the Flash,
Yeah.
but yellow.
That's mainly all the Flash's villains is fucking speedsters. His main villains.
Yeah.
But there was
Oh,
what I
I
was
make
getting
him.
at is that there's a called the Black Flash. Not a black guy or anything. He's got a black suit.
Wow, you trying to be racist? You had to say that in front of the black
but
guy
the
to make
reason
him
why
feel good.
he exists is
It's because of the Venom symbiote. I read that comic.
actually no, it's not the Venom.
I didn't read that comic.
It is because some speedsters like Barry are so fast because he's death, they can avoid death altogether. That's the reason why there's a separate speedster that exists, because it's death. Like there's a death fucking speedster.
I think Barry was Barry was outrunning him at one point in one of the Crisis comics.
Yeah, there's a couple speedsters that can outrun death.
I would love for there to be like a show going through like all the comic of the Flash.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that'd be
So much.
fantastic.
So there's another news for comics. Supergirl might switch over to CW.
No, it might.
Yeah, it might.
That'd be better for the series.
Especially after that Flash crossover.
Another big piece of news in the comic thing is the amount of Avengers in the...
62.
It's above 62
Is it?
now. It's 80 something.
Oh, they're also switching the names too. It's not going to be Infinity War Part 1 and 2.
Is it going to be Civil War Part 1 and 2 like it should be with that many people? Because that'd be fucking awesome.
It might be. They might.
Because, I mean, I don't know for those of you who have or have not read Civil War, but Civil War is fantastic.
I might go pick that up.
It's one of my favorite series. It might be hard to find altogether because
I'll just order it from the comic shop.
when you read it, you have to read the whole thing, and it's
Yeah, I'm sure.
like you have to read the extended stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
It's 160 something comics total.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I read about halfway through it.
I also get a fucking... There's another comic series I have to read. Old Man Logan. Because that's what the third...
Old man Logan.
That's what the third movie's going to be based off of.
Yeah.
So, but there... I was reading some facts about it. And apparently the Wolverine has gotten to the point in that one, because it's post-apocalyptic, that he doesn't like the violence anymore. He doesn't just like killing people.
Yeah, he stops killing, and he even gives up
Right.
either his powers or his adamantium.
I think it was his regeneration powers.
Yeah.
But there's also a fucking a Venom symbiote, fucking dinosaur in it.
Well, I'm a dinosaur.
Rawr.
Rare.
Speaking of which, I also have to go pick up the rest of my Dark Knight Master Race issues that are held for me because they haven't been able to get a hold of me.
I'm gonna be that guy that says I have this library and all that, like that one guy with the Lamborghini and that, but it'll only be comics.
I
have a illustrated
I'm
library.
just standing here in my garage checking out my new Lamborghini. I don't know if you noticed behind me, but I got these bookshelves.
That guy fucking...
God, he was so annoying. Yeah, this is just my house.
It
over
was
here.
so annoying that it was the only ad on YouTube for like a month
I
and
know.
a half.
And you know, I listened to him and I'm still not rich, so I think it was a waste of my time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get educated. I'm like, not really, not all the time.
I'm so sophisticated. Anyway.
So, you know, you're a big Harry Potter fan.
No, I'm not.
I watched all the Harry Potters once.
I know nothing about Harry Potter.
So, obviously,
Really?
you know the
Really?
title of the first movie is The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The
Sorcerer's
Stone.
Apprentice?
Or, no, sorry. Sorcerer's Stone. I am tired of... Was there like an alternate type, like name
The
for...
Philosopher's Stone?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the actual.
Why is it called the Sorcerer's Stone?
Because we're in America.
America.
So, philosopher is a sorcerer, then, in America?
It's just the name of the stone. It's an actual. The Philosopher's Stone is like an actual thing in
Oh, I know that, but...
alchemic lore.
But, like, it was bothering me because I didn't know that was actually...
Because
like,
the stone itself is actually called the Philosopher's Stone.
okay, because that explains why everybody's, like, titles it the Philosopher's Stone
Yeah.
instead of Sorcerer's Stone.
PC as fuck.
Which was a pretty good way of putting alchemy into the Harry Potter series.
Well, should we can wrap it up unless we got more?
I have stuff. Lots
You
of
do?
Stuff.
Do you?
I think so. I don't know. Probably not.
Do you or don't you?
Well, the new Call of Duty was announced, wasn't it?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes!
yeah.
I really, me and Blake had an argument
I
about
still
that.
haven't.
Well, it wasn't really an argument, it was just like...
It was just ideas.
No, it was more or less along the lines of like, when I brought up the fact of zombies. It wasn't an argument.
Well,
but...
you didn't show me the image before, so I didn't know. So I was like, you showed me the picture of the zombie picture, like an Easter egg drop, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, it would lead to the idea of zombies, but to be honest, you wouldn't know for
The only
sure.
reason I knew about
and then you dropped the tweet, and I'm like, oh.
The only reason I knew
Okay,
about it
I
is because I
stand
watched...
corrected.
Because you were like, oh, go check out LEA. Because I was like, I am subscribed to LEA, god damn it!
I don't know. I watched his videos for it.
I watched like some of his stuff. I don't watch all his Call of Duty stuff. I watch more of his like.
And I watched the trailer and whatnot.
I think it
and
looks interesting as fuck.
It does look really. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Like the story will.
Yeah.
But obviously, no one knows anything about multiplayer.
We won't know about multiplayer
zombies,
until
any
after
other
E3.
side.
I mean, here's what I'm going to assume. It's going to be Call of Duty,
Yeah.
just like every other year.
I'm
That's
excited.
about where I'm going to leave that.
The only thing.
That or it's going to be Halo, because from what I hear, that's what it looks like.
The only thing I'm really.
It kind of does actually, yeah.
The
It
most
does.
part.
It's
Which
happened. It's finally happened. They'd become.
that would be amazing.
Now, as long as Activision doesn't buy 343,
The thing I'm most excited
Oh
for
my God,
that's when
that
they
would
bought
suck.
Bungie.
is the fact that the remastered.
Well,
of
Bungie was already
Call of
kind of a mess then.
They weren't buying it Halo 3, and Halo Reach was great.
Yeah, but I mean, they are like right around when Activision bought them.
Well, that's
they were already starting to kind of become a mess. Too.
That's because they were having contract issues or something, and a lot of them wanted to stay and work on Halo. And then they got the skeleton crew and all the new guys working on Destiny, and then, that piece of fucking garbage came out that I'm still mad about, and god damn it, Bungie, if you ever wrong me like that
still would have
again.
been great if Activision wasn't involved in well, it wouldn't have been great.
I think
it would have just
better.
been a little more extensive than it was.
They could have been an indie studio and actually afforded to still have a launch campaign. Maybe not the biggest launch campaign in gaming history, because that's what they had, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not that, but even,
They were pretty damn big.
simple launch campaign like they had for Halo. Not Halo 5, but like for Halo 3, when Halo was still huge. I mean...
So...
I wish Halo was still pretty huge.
Obviously, we're big gamers. We're gonna be busy as fuck next month.
We are.
We are?
We have to figure out a schedule for that.
What?
Something else. I
Oh,
remember
we'll
that.
talk about that afterward.
Yeah, we will. I remember that anime that I had recommended to you.
Yes.
Boku no Piku. Blake?
Boku no Pico.
No.
Yeah, no mention of what it's about. B-U.
I think I still have it. Say it.
Nopiko. You'll love it.
Hold on, let's look it up on the internet real quick.
You rocking is rocking my chair.
Yeah.
This is so much
Spell
easier.
it again.
Boku no Piku.
Pikachu.
I hope Pikachu's mad at it. Just watch the whole first episode and try not to hate yourself too much.
Yeah, but not right now.
Yeah, not right now. Anyway.
Oh god, this looks very fucked up.
Yeah,
So?
that's a little boy. Anyway. Anyway, I think it's about time that we wrapped it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back again in a week or so. This one will probably be a little late getting up because...
We got some special stuff we're gonna try.
we had, but now not really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
No.
Yeah, we'll see what I can do. We will definitely see.
Don't forget to like,
comment,
Share.
and subscribe, and other stuff. Do that stuff.
Yeah.
But definitely show everybody you know.
especially your grandma.
Especially your mom. Your mom would love me.
Make sure you show it to his mom to prove that we did not steal that kid's BB gun.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna have words with my mom later.
Just like, watch the fucking podcast.
No, I'm just gonna call her and start screaming because that's how me and my mom communicate, and it's definitely not healthy. Anyway, yeah, definitely. But show everybody. Show your mom. She's gonna love me. I mean, look at me. I'm every mother's wet dream.